I am Stella P. De Millones, and today I will be the one to discuss the key tenets of utilitarianism. So first is the consequentialism. Utilitarianism is a consequentialist theory focusing on the consequences of action rather than the intrinsic rightness or wrongness. Second is the hedonism. It promotes the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pains as the ultimate goals of human life. The last one is universalism. Utilitarianism seeks to maximize happiness for the greatest number of people, emphasizing impartiality and fairness. So those are the key tenets of utilitarianism. So to explain it simple, when we say consequentialism from the word itself, these tenets focus on the consequences or the future outcome. This judges action based on the result rather than their inherent rightness or wrongness. So for example, may ara ka na discover something that might help, that may balang masakitan ang feelings ang imo nga best friend. So sa consequentialism, mas gipili mo nga itago or i-keep sa iya kung ano ang imo na discover, as you believe that it might lessen the possible suffering or ang negative emotion nga mabatyagan sang imo nga best friend. So amo na ang ginatawag ta nga consequentialism. Then the hedonism, this one promote pleasure, in which the ultimate goal in life is to maximize pain and minimize pleasure, like pursuing your dream job while sacrificing the higher salary. So depende po ni sa sitwasyon. If it makes you happy, then matawag ta ni nga pleasure. If this plus pain, so you do the opposite. You get the job with the higher salary and giving up your dream job. Lastly is the universalism. So this refers to the universalism that seeks to benefit the most people possible or greatest good for the greatest number, which means i-consider ta ang kapakanan sang kadam-an rather than sang isa lang. Mas damo ang malipay kag magabenepisyo, mas maayo. So, for example, may ara kadami sang foods or cake to share with your friends. So, in universalism, dapat you divide the cake fairly para matagaan ang tanan and equal piece of cake. Wala gamay, wala dako, dapat ang equal lang. So amo na nga dapat kung maghimo kita sang decision, you should consider how it affects everyone involved in. Hindi pwede nga kung sino lang to ang mas lapit sa imo or mas close mo, amo lang to ang imo mas paboran. So hindi siya pwede sa universalism.
And I will be the one to discuss the act versus rules utilitarianism. Here in the act utilitarianism, this subject individual action, which means nga na ang kada isa ka-specific gina-evaluate, ginabasihan, or ginatun-an sa iya expectation nga consequence. For example, this is applicable in situation nga naglike ka sa imong friend para hindi siya ma-hurt, biskan ang ginatawag nga lying is considered wrong. The rules naman is established siya to guide action. When we say rules, hindi siya applicable sa isa, kundi applicable siya sa tanan. Unlike sa act nga individual only ang accountable, while there is sa rules, these rules are chosen based on their overall utility. Example is ang pagpangawal is punishable gid by law. Biskan kisa in some cases, ang pagpangawat may benefit siya sa iban. Like ang mga gastil or gakawat tungod sa kabigodahon para may pakaon sa family.
So, an ethical application, utilitarianism provides a framework for ethical decision-making by first, prioritizing happiness. It places a high value on happiness and well-being. Second is the promoting impartiality. It requires considerations of the interest of all affected parties. And the last one is the encouraging cost-benefits analysis. It encourages the weighing of benefits against the cost in making ethical choices. To explain it simple, in the prioritizing happiness, this ethical implication again is the emphasis sa importance of maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain. Then the promoting impartiality, this one is considering sake of everyone that is involved. So if we make an action or decision, dapat may consideration para sa tanan nga involved kag maapektuhan. And then the encouraging cost benefits analysis, so weighing pros and cons, which means utilitarianism encourage individual and organizations to carefully evaluate the potential benefits and the cost of different action. So dapat gina-evaluate possible good thing and bad thing na matabo.
Criticism and challenges. While utilitarianism offers a compelling approach to ethics, it has also faced criticism, including these three. First, the potential for injustice. In some cases, prioritizing the greatest happiness for the greatest number can lead to unjust outcomes for individuals or minorities. For example, imagine a policy is proposed to build a factory that will create a job and significantly increase the overall happiness of a community by providing employment and economic growth. However, this policy also requires the demolition of a neighborhood where many low-income families live there. This family may suffer substantial financial loss, displacement, and emotional distress, while the overall happiness of the policy results in significant harm to a minority group. This situation illustrates how utilitarianism might prioritize the greater good at the expenses of justice and fairness for those affected negatively. Second, the difficulty of measuring happiness. Accurately measuring happiness and predicting consequences can be challenging. Example, consider a scenario where a government is deciding between two public policy, one that provides financial incentive for people to adopt environmental friendly practices, and another that offers direct monetary rewards for reducing carbon emission. Measuring the happiness or satisfaction derived from this policy is challenging because happiness is subjective. Some people might value environmental sustainability more than financial rewards, while others might prioritize immediate financial benefits over long-term environmental benefits. Additionally, the long-term effects of each policy on overall happiness are uncertain, making it difficult to predict which policy will result in greater overall utility. Number three, potential for overemphasis on quantity. Utilitarianism may sometimes prioritize quantity of happiness over quality. Example, suppose there are two organizations, Organization A and Organization B. Organization A is distribute small amounts of money to a larger number of people, while Organization B, it gives a larger number but smaller number of people. Utilitarianism might favor Organization A because it benefits a larger number of people, even though the quality of happiness provided by Organization B could be higher. The individuals receiving larger sum from Organization B might experience significant relief and improved well-being, whereas those receiving smaller amount from Organization A might only experience a modest increase in happiness. These examples show how utilitarianism might overlook the quality of happiness in favor of maximizing the total amount of happiness.
So, good day everyone. I am Zamral Roha and I will be reporting about the consequentialist framework. So, a consequentialist framework focuses on the future effects of actions. So, considering the people who will be directly or indirectly affected. So the goal is to produce the most good, which is often defined as pleasure or happiness. So this framework can be applied to various contexts such as business decisions, public policy, and personal choices. So, however, it has limitations, including the difficulty of predicting consequences and potential for injustice. So, today I will give a simple example about a consequentialist framework. So, example, choosing whether to lie to a friend. Magbutig ka sa imo friend. So, example, your friend asked for your honest opinion about her new outfit, and you think that it doesn't look good. So, telling them the truth, it might hurt your friend's feelings, right? But while lying, it could make them feel happy and confident. So, the goal here is to cause the least harm and promote happiness. So, a consequentialist, ikaw mag-choose to lie na lang. So, however, this approach has its limitations and its own negative consequences. Like, what if your friend finds out that later that you lied? So, it could make them lose trust in you. So, amo na like ang negative consequences sa imo approach or sa imo actions. So, amo na ang simple example sa consequentialist framework. Thank you. So, there's a famous line that Mill wrote. So, it is better to be a human being dissatisfied than a pig satisfied. Better to be Socrates dissatisfied than a fool satisfied. And if the fool or the pig is of a different opinion, it is because they only know their own side of the question. The other party to the comparison knows both sides. So, I will give an example about this. Imagine two people, si Socrates kag ikaw. Si Socrates spends his life pursuing knowledge, engaging in meaningful conversations like mga debates, and developing their talents like, for example, learning how to use guitar, pianos, etc. So, while the other person, ikaw, spends your life watching TV, eating junk foods, doing nothing particularly challenging. So, you're like the pig or a fool. So, even if the second person, ikaw, might seem happier or more content or more comfortable, Mill would argue that the first person's life, kay Socrates, is more meaningful and valuable because they are engaged with higher intellectual pleasures. So, ang ginapoint ni Mill is that while lower pleasures like mga eating, relaxing, or being entertained are, of course, enjoyable siya, but they don't provide long-term fulfillment. So, like higher pleasures do, like learning, creating, or engaging with deep ideas. So, even if the higher pleasures involve more effort or discomfort or like budlay, they lead to a more meaningful and enriched life. So, amo na ang gina-point ni Mill. Thank you.